In the quiet river village of Afia Uruan, wrapped by mangrove trees and the songs of unseen spirits, a girl was born beneath unusual stillness. The wind held its breath, the bird stopped mid-flight, and Foniso, a midwife and healer, gave a soft cry when she looked into her daughter's eye. The baby's eyes were so wide open, not cloudy or confused like a newborn, but clear, deep, and glistening like the surface of Irmatapo after rain. She sees too much, whispered the old midwife. Clutching her wrapper, they named her Nsikak, meaning one who brings insight. But from that day, people never called her name without a shadow of fear. Nsikak was no ordinary child. Before she learned to walk, she could stare into a person's eyes and speak what would come before it did. When her uncle was ready to cross the river, she pulled at his wrapper and said softly, "Don't go, the river is angry." He laughed and left. They found his body 2 days later, wrapped in weeds. When her father planned to delay building the yam barn, she warned him that the skies would cry soon. He didn't listen. That same night, rain came like punishment, sweeping away months of hard labor. By the time she was 10, no one spoke of her with ease. Some said she had a snake in her belly. Others whispered of witches in her bloodline. Only her mother stood by her. But even Foniso began to sleep slightly, watching her daughter glowing eyes in the moonlight. At 13, the village elder had enough. They gathered at the sacred grove, Ibokudia, and summoned Nsikak for a test, a ritual known to only those souls who were close to spirit. If she was evil, the grove would expose her. If she was blessed, she would walk out untouched. That morning, Nsikak wore white and walked barefoot into the grove. The trees stood tall and listening. They echoed them. The marked spirit of truth danced in a circle round her, pounding its staff into the earth. A wind rose suddenly, wailing leaves and dust. Then a deep silence. When she stepped out, an open eye formed from leaf rested on her chest. The eldest chief wept. "She is chosen," he said, not cursed. The village changed for a while, but peace in Afia Uruan was like smoke. It never stayed still. A few months later, a man arrived barefoot and smiling, with skin like sunburnt clay, and a voice like thunder wrapped in honey. He came himself, Etam, He claimed to be a trader from the north. To give red salt, glowing stones, and spices that smells like dreams. The chief welcomed him. Women admired. The young man envied him. But Nsikak felt the shift. His feet don't leave footprints. She wrote on the walls of her mother's hut. His shadows doesn't belong to him. Soon the village began to change. Children had fevered dreams. Goats stopped producing milk. The elders began to quarrel like cocks in a fight yard. And Nsikak knew. He ate her breath. She was in the streets. She didn't speak. The people ignored her again. Then came the night of open and blood dropped upon the village. Fire cracked through the trees. Atoms stood at the market square, arms raised, laughing. It was Idemokpa of peace. While on Nsikak stood, her eyes a silver flame, she raised her arms to the heavens, and the wind rose. Light burst from her feet, from the soil. Voices rose, ancestral spirits, angry, awakened, surrounded, dragging into the earth. Stood. A fig tree burst forth, built, shaped like eyes. The people fell to their knee. After that, they no longer quenched. Became one sister. People travel from distant places to sit to look into her silent eyes and learn of what might come. She never spoke again, for she had given a voice to the river spirit who bought Edom in exchange for greater sight. She never married, but one morning a child was found near the river bank. In Afia, a was see, and her eyes so. And Nsikak quietly, the time came, across forehead, and something passed between them. Years later, on a moonless night, Nsikak walked into the forest alone. She was